Shove guns in the faces of people in places we all frequent, like a bank and a gas station. The clue that helped police crack this case is a fingerprint in a very unusual place. In a story you will see only here on Local 12, Deborah Dixon shows us how the trail of terror was stopped.
Terror inside this First Financial Bank in Deer Park was the beginning of a robbery spree that could not compete with technology. Days after the bank robbery, gunmen with the same aggressive MO robbed 3 stores in one night. The Marathon on Kirby, Circle K in Covington, and UDF on North Bend Road.
They were methodical in what they did. There were steps that they took to conceal the evidence. Certainly they didn't leave fingerprints behind, they wore gloves. The masks to disguise their faces, but through the technological advances out there in the crime lab, we were able to develop evidence to link them to all that stuff.
That technology came into play after a tip. 2 men were selling guns out of a car in Price Hill. With the guns, a backpack with Halloween masks inside, just like the ones worn in the Deer Park bank robbery. Alonzo Baltimore and Richard Scott were arrested after Scott ran through backyards with this gun in his hand. It is traced back to this woman, Clarissa Lowe, arrested earlier this week at the Pleasant Ridge School where she works.
She bought it, gave it to him, and he used it in crimes.
Cell phone video provides a creepy clue about those guns in the car, a clue video CSIs turned into evidence.
Stay right there. I ain't going nowhere.
Those guns belong to Milton Detloff. Cell phone video shows him duct taped by robbers. With guns pointed at him, he tries to open his gun safe. One of the 2 robbers uses his cell phone as a light and accidentally records the crime and Milton's fear.
That's the keys. There's the combination.
Where's the combination?
That card.
That's right here?
Yeah.
When a technician in Cincinnati's video crime unit looked at the recorded crime scene frame by frame, he found what else the robber recorded. His own fingers.
Usually criminals are leaving their fingerprints behind. In this case, we had the actual finger. So it is different, and it was exciting in this office.
A latent fingerprint expert lifted the print in a different kind of way, entered it in the database, and found a match to Alonzo Baltimore.
This is the first time that we've ever done this in Cincinnati.
I've also called our lab, the ATF lab, and they've said that they've never seen anything like this. They're very, very surprised, amazed.
That fingerprint, touch DNA, and E-trace that traced recovered guns back to the buyer then to the criminal who used them is why 6 people now face federal gun and robbery charges.
And it seemed as if their crimes were becoming more bold, more brazen, more violent, and they're just gonna keep going until they stopped.
Or kill someone.
Or kill someone, right?
Milton Detloff thought he was going to be killed that night.
These kids today, they don't care. They think it's a badge of honor to shoot somebody. It is.
And this stays with you, doesn't it?
Yeah. It stays with me every day. Every minute.
A violent robbery gang broken up. Good news, Milton says. But it doesn't give him back what the robbers took that night.
They took my freedom. You're afraid to walk down the street. You're afraid to meet people.
And there's so many people who are affected by this. They thought they were so cool. They had masks, other people buying their guns, and they thought if they carjacked in Covington and went to Deer Park, the police would never figure it out. That's just not the way it happens.
Yeah.
They had so many agencies working with the ATF, they had to use a classroom at the police academy and get together and share all the information that peel it all away to this gang.
Which takes a high level of training, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's it. Sergeant Lusick, he's the guy. That's what he's known for. And on another note, it's his last day at the Cincinnati Police Department. He's retiring, and Cincinnati's going to miss him. They may not know how much yet, but they're going to miss him.
Good cop. His father was a good cop, too.
Yeah, it's a good family.
There is one man still on the run tonight. We need to